There exists within every human heart a quiet but persistent question that surfaces during moments of introspection. Is this person truly meant to be in my life? This inquiry transcends romantic relationships alone. It echoes through every meaningful bond we form, whether with friends who become family, mentors who shape our destiny, business partners who share our vision, or even those mysterious strangers who appear at just the right moment, leaving an indelible mark on our journey. Carl Jung, the pioneering psychologist who mapped the uncharted territories of the unconscious mind, devoted his life's work to understanding how our deepest selves manifest in our relationships. His revolutionary perspective revealed that nothing in our human experience is accidental. The people who enter our orbit are not random occurrences, but rather living mirrors reflecting aspects of ourselves we have yet to fully recognize or understand. Have you ever encountered someone and felt an immediate, wordless understanding, a connection so profound it defies logical explanation? You might attempt to analyze this bond intellectually, but there's an undeniable energetic resonance that operates beyond the realm of thought. Jung named this phenomenon synchronicity, those meaningful coincidences where our inner world and outer reality align with perfect harmony, as if the cosmos itself is communicating through the people it places in our path. These synchronistic encounters often arrive at pivotal moments, when we're facing a life transition, grappling with a profound question, or standing at the crossroads of personal transformation. The right person appears not by chance, but because some deeper intelligence within us has called them forth. They might reflect back to us a quality we're ready to embrace, a lesson we're prepared to learn, or a shadow aspect we're being invited to heal. Jung's most transformative insight was that our relationships serve as living mirrors of our unconscious self. The people who trigger us, inspire us, challenge us, or complete us are all showing us different facets of our own being. When we find ourselves repeatedly attracting certain types of relationships, whether draining, uplifting, or transformative, we're actually witnessing the external manifestation of our internal world. Consider this profound truth. The qualities that irritate you most in others are often the unacknowledged aspects of yourself. The traits you admire most in people reflect the latent potential within you waiting to be expressed. This mirroring effect operates constantly, whether we're aware of it or not. Jung's concept of individuation, the lifelong process of psychological integration and self-realization, holds the key to understanding why some relationships feel aligned while others feel dissonant. As we undertake the sacred work of embracing all parts of ourselves, our light and shadow, our strengths and vulnerabilities, we naturally begin to attract relationships that reflect this increasing wholeness. This evolutionary process explains why certain relationships that once felt right may gradually feel misaligned as we grow. It's not that the other person has changed, it's that we've changed, and the relationship no longer mirrors our current stage of development. This is neither good nor bad. It's simply the natural unfolding of consciousness. Modern neuroscience confirms what Jung intuited. Our bodies possess an innate wisdom that often knows the truth of a relationship before our conscious mind catches up. When we're with someone who is truly right for us, our nervous system relaxes into a state of coherence. Our breathing deepens, our muscles release tension, and our biological systems operate in harmonious flow. Conversely, when we're with someone who isn't aligned with our authentic self, our body sends unmistakable signals, a knot in the stomach, tightness in the chest, or a persistent sense of fatigue after interactions. These somatic messages are the unconscious mind's way of communicating what our rational mind might try to deny. Jung's work with archetypes reveals that the right people often appear in our lives wearing different masks at different times. The mirror arrives to show us what we haven't been willing to see in ourselves. The challenger comes to test our boundaries and strengthen our resolve. The soul companion emerges when we're prepared for deep, transformative connection. Understanding these archetypal roles helps us appreciate that not every meaningful relationship is meant to last forever. Some exist to serve a specific purpose in our evolution. Modern attachment theory beautifully intersects with Jungian psychology in explaining why we're drawn to certain relational dynamics. Our earliest bonding experiences create unconscious blueprints that influence all future connections. The right person at one stage of life might become the wrong person as we heal our attachment wounds and develop secure relating patterns. This explains why two people can have profoundly different experiences of the same relationship. What feels like home to one might feel like confinement to another, depending on their respective levels of consciousness and healing. Cutting-edge physics now validates what mystics have always known. We live in an interconnected field of energy where like attracts like. As we raise our personal vibration through self-awareness, healing, and authentic living, we naturally begin to attract relationships that match our new frequency. This explains why forced relationships never satisfy. They lack the organic resonance that can only emerge when two people meet at compatible levels of consciousness. The right connection feels effortless, not because it requires no work, but because the fundamental resonance is already present. In our fast-paced world, we often miss the subtle signs that reveal whether someone is truly right for us. The practice of sacred pause, creating space between stimulus and response, allows us to discern whether a relationship stems from fear or love, lack or abundance, attachment or true connection. When we slow down enough to observe without judgment how our energy shifts in someone's presence, whether we feel more or less ourselves with them, if the relationship inspires growth or induces contraction, we gain the clarity needed to recognize authentic alignment. The paradox of choice. Why more options don't lead to better connections. In an era of endless digital connections, we ironically face greater challenges in recognizing the right relationships. The illusion of infinite choice can create a perpetual seeking mentality that prevents us from fully committing to and nurturing the connections that could truly nourish us. The antidote? Developing the discernment to recognize when good enough is actually perfect in its imperfections, and the wisdom to know when to keep searching because something essential is missing. Jung observed that relationships often move in spirals rather than straight lines. Someone who wasn't right for us at one stage of life might become exactly who we need at another. This explains those mysterious reunions with people from our past that suddenly take on new meaning when the timing aligns with our inner readiness. Practical alchemy, daily practices to attract and recognize the right connections. Mirror work. Regularly ask, what is this person showing me about myself? Energy tracking. Notice how your vital force expands or contracts in different relationships. Meditation. Create inner stillness to hear your soul's guidance about relationships. Boundary refinement. Practice saying no to create space for the right. Yes, the ultimate truth. You are the relationship you've been seeking. The most profound realization emerges when we understand that every external relationship is ultimately a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. The love, acceptance, and understanding we seek from others must first be cultivated within. As we do this inner work, something miraculous happens. We stop desperately seeking the right person, and instead become the person who naturally attracts and recognizes right relationships. The searching ends not because we've found someone, but because we've found ourselves. In this sacred space of self-realization, when the right person appears, whether for a season or a lifetime, you'll know. Not because your mind convinces you, not because circumstances align perfectly, but because your entire being resonates with the unshakable truth of the connection. Subscribe now and transform your relationships. Your soul knows who's right for you. Learn to listen. Hit that bell icon to never miss life-changing insights. Comment, yes, if you've ever felt that magical soul connection. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Join our community of conscious connectors. Your future self will thank you.